to where it's something I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't open my mind to something when I'm quite open-minded to a lot of things. But it's just certain things that I went for. So I'm even being more liberal now just to have those experiences before, I check out. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can't allow fear going into 2024. Your plans, your visions, your dreams, your goals, your purpose that God has aligned for you, you cannot allow fear to keep you stagnant. You understand what I'm saying? You can't allow. I know people that are afraid to get on planes. Like, why? Why am I going to, unless I'm going to drive just for the experience and the sightseeing, why am I going to waste 6 hours on the road and because I'm afraid and I can get there in 2 on the plane? You know what I'm saying? Don't go on the 20. So this is that part. Don't go on the 2012, 24 with that thing. Let's cross over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's foreign exchange. Let's exchange that current currency. Exchange the current situation that you're in now for something that you want to experience later on down the road. The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today. Hey, yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast, man. Once again, we thank y'all for joining and tuning in with us on tonight, man. We're excited to dialogue with y'all on tonight, man. We got a dope conversation for you. And so before we get started, man, y'all know what it is, man. This your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. And I'm joined together with my co-hosts on tonight, man. We joined together tonight with my brother from another mother. On my left, your right. Man, y'all give it up for the big homie, man, Alexander Hall.
What's up, man?
The champ is here.
What's cracking, man?
The champ is here.
We love you, Sam. I know you too.
You're pretty.
What's up?
I'm gonna knock him out.
What's going on? What's cracking, man?
What's cracking like a dog?
What's cracking like?
Another week, man. We in here, man.
Another week.
We just
weeks going by fast,
Bruh, we in the middle of November. It was just the first.
Christos.
Literally. We on the exit.
Christos.
When I tell you though,
God, dog.
when I tell you, I'm trying to get the bro. I told my little sister, I said, man, we do something different for Thanksgiving, man. We do something different, like we need traditional Thanksgiving. We need you can do that any time of the year, man. We need some steak, some shrimp, some dirty rice, man. I'm trying to get it cracking, man.
Oh, that sounds good.
Boy, that sounds super good.
Yeah, man, fire.
Jesus.
Yeah, buddy. And also joined, man, our co-host, man, my mother, my brother from the same mother. He ain't my mother. You ain't my mama.
I won't be. Man,
y'all give it up for B-Dub.
What's happening now?
Big bang.
Wait a minute. Drumbo, gotta teach it like Dumbo. Hey. Hey, y'all make sure y'all get Dumbo. You feel me? Streaming on all the platforms.
He crazy, man.
Run them numbers up.
Well, you see how he rolled that off a bit? That was slick.
Oh my gosh, man.
That was
my dog. And the video on YouTube. Go check that out,
slick.
man.
Yeah, Dumbo out, man. Alexander, man. Produced by Diamond, man. Dumbo, go stream it. Go do whatever.
Diamond got the diamond shine.
Yeah, Diamond, man. Shouts out to Big Diamond, man, for sure.
For real.
North Cape Studios, man.
And make sure y'all stream OK featuring Rick Reed. You heard me? On the
Big
YouTube channel. No Grind, No Glory.
Big
Holla at
Rick
your boy.
Reed.
Get some merch while you at it. www.nogrindnoglory.net. Yeah, Titi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy.
Bruh, I'm trying to tell you. I need y'all to hit that button like get a pop. Yeah, Titi.
Yeah, boy.
Y'all crazy.
Oh man, but bro, I am super blessed, man. God's good. Just came out Flavor Fest, so that was dope. Shout out to Pastor Tommy, man. Like, dude, that's the most consistent dude I've ever seen. Like in my life, literally. Like he be on it, man. So it was really good with the different sessions and workshops they had. So, and then we had him on our show, Indie Vibes. So we interviewed him. So that's dropping top of the year, January 11, 2024, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the Real Network. And Kingdom Builders docuseries at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Real Network.
When that's supposed to be starting up?
Say that again? Say that again?
When it's supposed to be starting up?
Oh, January 11th,
No.
2024, top of the year. So we got a lot of things in the works, man. So God's been good, dude. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Some things been working out. I was like, yes, Lord, because we starting off the year right. So, but all in all, man, all is good. And I just need to know how my dog, my big bro, motivating and shifting over here. You heard me?
Coming in the Royal
Cause
Blue.
he stay good. You heard me? Hey, make sure you get some merch too.
Yeah, man, y'all go to the site, grab some merch, man. www.shiftmotivation.com/shop motivated apparel, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is.
Shifty.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
No chaser.
Yeah. Man,
How you doing, big bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm keeping hope alive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Fight the power. I do. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Man. He's got an engagement tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited about that. Kind of hang out with a couple of some kids, man.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, man. I do the Great American. I've been doing the Great American Teach-In for the last couple of years, anyways.
Oh wow.
So yeah, but they actually the one I'm going to tomorrow. They actually got a theme, which is I thought was pretty good. Just talking about the importance of education, which they brought me out to speak a couple of times already. So so this would be my first time going to them for the Great American Teach-In, but I've been to other schools for the Great American Teach-In.
Right.
And but because of what they brought me in to talk about, it actually goes in with what they're trying to do with the culture of the school. Most of the time that you go in, you talk about your career, you know, or whatever. But they actually got a thing, and their theme is talking about the importance of education. And so, because of what they're trying to do, because it's up on a new administration, and so because of the stuff that they're trying to do out there, she said she's a believer, so she's she's like she was praying, and that's what she felt to do. I was like, man, that's actually dope, and that actually coincides with what y'all been trying to do since the new administration took over.
Right.
So yeah.
How long the new administration been out there?
No more than a year or two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They newborn.
Because I met her last year, the assistant principal. I met her last year at an event that I was helping out with. So she was already out there, I want to say, if I remember right. But they had a new principal already that was out there. So, and then, of course, they got a lot of, changes coming in and out. So it's a lot of turnover in the education market right now. So they get their piece of that too. So, but yeah, it's nothing like when you have intimate settings.
I love them.
You got it. Speaking to 200, 300, 400 students and stuff like that, it's a different vibe. But when you just, because you go into the classrooms and stuff like that. So when you get in the classroom, I'm in the locker room and stuff like that. It's just different. I like those intimate settings, man.
They really soak and take it in.
It's different. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, man. And then my goal is to release some couple projects next year, man. So I got to get going with that, and then plus still working behind the scenes with the nonprofit. So basically, they want to hit the ground running with that. So
Right.
which I had a meeting with, like I was telling y'all earlier before, and so one of the ladies I had a Zoom meeting with, so she was like, "Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about." So she's like, "When January hit, you don't want to be preparing. You want to
wanna
already have
in
momentum
motion.
going
Yep.
because it usually going to take you about 3 months for stuff to take off from what you was already preparing for. So if
Exactly.
you starting in January, literally you're already 3 months behind."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I said, you are exactly right.
Facts.
I say you are exactly right.
She on it.
Yeah, yeah. So
She
it kind
on it,
of got my hopes up a little bit. You had like 2 meetings this morning, and two different people. So it's trying to put the right pieces of the puzzle together to have a successful launch and stuff like that. So
And that you shall, big
Yeah.
bro. That you
yeah,
shall.
because boy, hey, in the words of Deion Sanders, we coming.
Oh, yeah, nah.
If it's resources to be got to get to the community,
I'm gonna get it.
we coming. We coming. So be on the lookout, man.
Big
And,
facts.
So I'm excited about that, man. And
Mm.
when I get home this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So the wifey had her women's empowerment event today. So we'll see how that
dope.
went. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure it was amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she does wonderful with what she do, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Sis,
Yeah.
man.
So, and I was just thinking too, because I just picked up a shipment of shirts.
Okay.
Yesterday, actually. So, the one that I did with just the logo on it. and
Yeah.
I was looking at it the other night. I said I got to do that because that's gonna hit on the sweat on the hoodie. It look on a t-shirt, but the way it is, I said, but that's gonna hit. That's gonna slap on the hoodie for real. So.
For real, for real.
Yeah, it didn't even. I might have to do a hat on that one too.
Facts.
Yeah,
That is a definite.
I think I'm gonna have to do
That's a must.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
must.
So, yeah, yeah, boy. But yeah, I'm excited about. I said, kind of, so many irons in the fire, man. So just kind of manage my time and stuff like that. But so I kind of put the profit to the side because all the we got them. The first part done. It's up. It's legal. So
Yep.
now it's just
Most important part.
getting the structure and all the operating agreements and all that type stuff. So, but I ain't trying to get like crazy because I got I still want to get ready to go ahead and start the first program. So at least like I was telling her, I want to get at least 75 to 80% of what I need done. As far as paperwork and stuff like that. So I'm about 50% right now. So just gotta
Okay.
finish up some docs and some stuff like that. So yeah. That's it, brother, man.
Bruh.
That's it, bro, man. Y'all got anything? Y'all do anything New Year's?
No.
Okay, y'all chilling out this year.
We not doing nothing New Year's. I was originally trying to shut down, but God was like, nah, he got other plans, so I'll just flow on with it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Elliot, he was trying to shut down, and we were just pretty much looking forward to next year because we got the Heat Fest. We coming to Miami, January 27th, so we kicking off the year down there. So each event we try to have wherever we go, we try to have annually. So then that way the calendar is already filled up. We good to go.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
already know you got to
And
come
then
around.
we can be consistent. You know what I'm saying? They can see us consistently. So, but for the most part, man, December filled up pretty quick. So I got an outreach a couple days before Christmas. The 9th, Transformers, of course, here. Then also J-Bass, Prayer J-Bass, his album release. So I'm gonna be down there the first weekend of December. So it's been really good, man. And I think for me, man, we learn from so many people that sometimes we do a disservice to when we feel like we can't learn from them because of their certain lifestyle and stature. So we've been learning a lot from a lot of different people, and even though our lifestyles are different, we're still kind of investing in the same principles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they may not be tithed into the church, but they give it to charity. You know what I'm saying? They do
Right.
10% with the companies and things of that nature.
Right,
and so,
right.
man, it's this upcoming year, bro. Like we're putting it all on the table. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to connecting with people, and because you can always learn. You can always learn from somebody. You can always get information that can apply. Bro, it's been so much stuff that is like, okay, I know that was God because the way it just, bing, it just clicked. And God will allow you to run across people paths that will help you to build the kingdom of God and what you desire to do within the lane that you're in. And so I just want to encourage people, man. I just feel like to do it that way. Like, don't despise small beginners. Don't despise people because they're not your background or from your walk of life. But we can grasp and learn together, man. And I feel like the Bible is one of the most important books we can ever learn from. That's our guide. That's our map. But there's other books out there too. You know what I'm saying, that can help you also with finances, whether it's marketing, whether it's social media. What can I do to help to run my company? What kind of positions can I use to get to fill the company? What do I need? How to keep it running? How to keep it moving? What's the ROIs? It's a lot that we can learn. So I was saying that to say this, man. I got a couple questions, fellas. When it comes to learning from different individuals and just being able to hear them and receive from them, why do you think we're so afraid to tap into an unknown market or something that we don't fully comprehend or understand?
Are you talking about from a general standpoint or
Just a general.
or a believer standpoint or what?
General, because I feel like if we were to learn from anybody, there's something that I think that we should have some kind of common ground to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You can still learn without compromising, so to speak. Open them blinds and come out the house.
No, I'm looking at him
on purpose.
I look up. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him.
Listen,
I already
get
know
out.
you cutting them eyes over here like that.
I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. We over here staring at each other.
He pulled the mace. Why are you over there?
Looking at me. I'ma just say I think because he looking at me. I look up. He talking
quick.
I already know. I already he gonna slide that on right. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
I jump in his head too. He looked at me.
Hey, you know that meme off of SpongeBob with the eyes cut that way?
Yeah.
No, but if I can just say so real quick, like
what you got to say on that? Why would you do?
I think the reason why I think the reason why is because it might crazy. I look up, he looking at me. I think the reason why is because it's foreign. Like it's not it's like a whole different. It's foreign. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's like foreign currency. Like we got USD, we got American dollars. But if you go to so a couple years ago, I was trying to go to Russia with the church. They had some stuff going on. They was putting some stuff out there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and it was like, you have to take your money and convert it to, you know what I'm saying?
To their currency. Yeah.
They have money, we got money, but it's different. Like we don't understand like Europe, they got pounds and like we don't know. To us, it's pounds is money over here,
right.
But it's we don't understand it, so it's foreign. So anything that we don't understand, we're standoffish. And I think that's with any race, with any culture,
right?
Unless you have been conditioned to look at something and be like, most of the times when it's something that's foreign that you don't understand, those are the things that give you liberation.
Yeah.
But if you're not trained like that, you see something that's foreign, you're like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, try this tofu. Like, I don't know.
Right.
That's kind of strange. But okay, tofu has these things. It does this for your body. Okay, well let me try it then. Then we more
Right.
susceptible to try it. But just come from the house.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we don't understand it, it's foreign to us. So we're like, yo, and we cannot even be complacent. It's just that just naturally like, hold on.
Natural
man.
response.
Yeah, I ain't used to that. You know what I mean? So I mean that's what I think it is, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know how we do. So we actually, I'm looking at the actual definition. Of
You
what
got
you're
to,
talking.
yeah.
So it's
That's how we do it.
it's strange and unfamiliar what the definition says, and then also like where it talks about, it says of, from, in, or characteristics of a country or language other than one's own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like the part where it says characteristic.
Yeah.
You know, because when I think about characteristic, we talk about foreign currency, right? So when I think about the characteristics, to me, because of what vein I'm in, you know what I'm saying, I look at it as like a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Because you know what you think you have the ability to become, not necessarily that you will become, but there's the intent or the ability there.
It's a
So
process.
if I look at the characteristics of another language or something that's strange, you know what I'm saying, then that means there's something that maybe I was or wasn't exposed to that kept me away from something unknown. So when I come into the knowing or the newness of something that I've never experienced, my mindset is not in a place to receive it because it's strange and I've never been exposed to something like that. And anything that we expose ourselves to that's not common, we shy away from. Think about when you have a great idea, right? And you start talking to somebody about it, then they start ridiculing you about it.
Exactly.
Or they start making fun of you about it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really understand where you're coming from because it's foreign to them. Because to them it don't make sense.
Exactly.
But what do we always say? Well, the vision wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So that's why you have to be careful on who you even expose certain things to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like when I saw that characteristic, it was like my mind automatically went. We know what character is, but my mind also equated that with mindset. I'm not common with the mindset of how they do things. You know, I sit there and I listen. I haven't had the opportunity to go to Dubai, but you know, I know some people that have. And they all say the same thing. You know, it's totally different over there. It's so beautiful over there. The food is totally different. When you taste the food over there, it literally tastes, you know, like magnificent. It don't taste like nothing like American food. You know what I'm saying? So the experience is something of a grand experience. But to somebody that has never been there, it can be foreign to them because that's something that they haven't experienced. And then fear of the unknown can keep them from experiencing something that can have an everlasting impact on their life. And so I think that's what happens with when we don't take in like information or situations or experiences from other people that seems uncommon.
Right.
That we shorten the experiences or the tremendous experiences in life that we actually can experience. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I just got to tap this real quick, but especially like for those that are believers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times, like, and I'll ask this: have y'all? Because I know I have. Have y'all experienced situations with like believers of the faith, believers of Jesus, and because it wasn't faith based or Christian based, they didn't want nothing to do with it? Have y'all ever experienced that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah. And it's bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's bad because do not get me wrong. Of course, if you have a group of people or somebody or a female, male, guy, whoever the case may be, or whatever the case may be, if that thing or that person, if it's going to start to blemish your character, if you're not strong in certain areas, if it's gonna kind of like get you out of your element, then you have to shy away. Don't get me wrong. You got to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to make sure you're upright as possible.
Right.
You know, that's defense always win games. But
Exactly.
I don't think we talking about that. I'm thinking we talking about like just because he curse and smoke weed, you can't learn something from him. I'm just I'm coming from ahead. I'm
You
just
went to
saying,
the deep end.
Head first.
like that's
Oh Lord!
because I'm just saying
He went
because
Michael.
because it could be that most of the times those are the things. For instance, I don't know if a lot of y'all know who Nip is, King Nipsey Hussle. A lot of like how you look, the things. If you were to sit and listen, now I'm not saying he wasn't perfect, whatever.
Right.
Nobody
and,
is.
and,
Right.
and I don't think he stood on what we stand on, but he stood and still, in his legacy, stands on certain values that I know Christians that don't even stand on.
Right.
Like,
that,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like
I
if
do.
you,
did you watch
I do.
the funeral?
yeah,
And his mom?
Yeah.
You see where he get you see where he get it from. They was on point with some stuff though.
Yeah,
Even
that-
though they may not quote unquote stand the way we would say we stand or whatever, but at the end of the day, because there's a difference between spirituality and then believers of the cross, believers of Jesus Christ.
Right.
There's a difference, and you can see where they talked about that a lot. But I want to, if I remember right, I want to say I've heard them talk about certain things the way you can kind of figure out where they was going with it.
yeah,
And it was some on point stuff.
yeah. Like it's certain values
Yeah.
and stuff about legacy and being a man and standing up for yourself and standing up for your people and not giving up and keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't even have that stuff. So if you can't, there's no way you can watch a Nipsey Hussle interview and not learn something. If you
Right.
if you are
Right.
looking
For
at
real.
where he come from and what he do, but if you can't take the fruit of what he's talking about, it's something wrong with you because everybody can hear it. You can
Yeah.
see it. You can taste it.
Yeah.
So we definitely gotta like move away. It's foreign currency. If you come from a gated community and you have been blessed to have a family who was married, they've been Christians all their life. It's gonna be hard for you to learn. So unless you're
Unless
molded,
you're open minded.
Yeah.
unless you're molded to be that way, it's gonna be hard for you to learn something from somebody like Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, he's molded. Oh, I need to learn what I need to learn so I can get out. He gonna look at you. He don't care what you. He don't care what you rocking. He listen to what you saying and how you moving. It's a complete difference.
Yeah.
So it's about what side of the field are you on and what type of game are you trying to play? I'm trying to be this way, or are you really trying to go there? Because the ones who trying to go there, they don't care what you look like.
Right.
They don't care where you come from.
Right.
Bro.
What can I learn from you that can take me and my establishment to the next level?
Right. Yeah.
That's what he was on.
Yeah.
And it's good that you say that because, man, I'm just sitting here thinking. It's just like when you're talking about exchanging U.S. dollars for pounds or for anything that's their form of currency, I think about an exchange. Exchange your ignorance for information. Exchange what you think or what should be or what you've seen, and with the open mind. You have to, because if not, you're gonna drown. You're not gonna make it out here because you can only live off a system for so long. You have things that's going on 20, 30, 40 years that is just not the same system in today's climate. It's just not. It's some things that you can take from that system to tweak and upgrade it and do it in a modern way. But you got to give that exchange. You have to, because you'll drown. You don't want to be. I don't want to be.
Bro.
I don't want to be foreign to the currency that can change my life for the better.
Bro. It's crazy you went there because that's like where my mind was curtailing.
Yeah.
Because like as we get ready to whenever this airs, I don't think we'll be in 2024 yet. But if so, just remember, guys, we pre-record because of our schedule. So, but when you're looking at exchange, right? something has to leave your hand to somebody else's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm looking at foreign exchange, so if I'm changing currency from one country to the next, so if I'm going from the United States to China or from the United States, out of country or whatever, and in a lot of cases because of where the current state or place where we are, right? It when we exchange that currency, what happens? It normally multiplies in the state that we're going to, or the country that we're going to.
It does.
So, what am I saying? So, what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to tap in the unknown as you get ready to go into the new year, because when you make the right exchange, it's always going to give you a greater value for more than what you had given.
It's going to give birth to something.
It's going to give
It
birth to
is.
something. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know, but the currency, but anyways, but when you exchange, like say if okay, I take $100, but in the yen, and that is that same $100 in the United States is worth $1,000. I don't know what it is. So I can go over to the country over there and just ball out because
Exactly.
my currency it's $100 where I am, but shoot, it's $1,000 over there. So, but you ain't never been there, which the yen is what, China?
Yes.
Yen. 20 yen, 20 yen,
20
yen.
yen.
So
20 yen.
So, which I know some people that have visited China, and they share their experiences and stuff like that. And so you're actually experiencing another culture.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning as I've gotten older. And with losing mom, it kind of rewired me a little bit. So now I'm more apt to losing myself to experience something new, to where it's something I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't open my mind to something when I'm quite open-minded to a lot of things, but it's just certain things that I wasn't supposed. So I'm even being more liberal now, just to have those experiences before I check out. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can't allow fear going into 2024. Your plans, your visions, your dreams, your goals, your purpose that God have aligned for you. You cannot allow fear to keep you stagnant. You understand what I'm saying? You can't allow. I know people that are afraid to get on planes. Like, why? Why am I going to, unless I'm going to drive just for the experience and the sightsee, why am I going to waste 6 hours on the road and because I'm afraid and I can get there in 2 on the plane? You know what I'm saying? Don't go into 20. So this is that part. Don't go into 2012, 24 with that thinking. Let's cross over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's foreign exchange. Let's exchange that current currency. Exchange the current situation that you're in now for something that you want to experience later on down the road.
Check this out, bro.
Yeah.
I was looking at the dictionary, right, and looking at the meaning of exchange, and it says an act of giving one thing and receiving another, especially of the same type or value in return. Negotiations should eventually lead to an exchange of land for peace. When I look at that, look at the type of peace that you can acquire or have access to that can change your life for the better. Because you have something of value and they see that it's of value. So if they see that it's of value, and I can't even, because I'd be so close to say it's an even exchange, but it's not an even exchange to it.
It's not. It's never an even exchange.
It's never an even
It's either going to
exchange.
be more or less.
Exactly. And so it's just like, when we exchange it from us to them, is that we get the better bargain of the deal because, the worth is of a higher value. So you have to make sure that the information that you come across even no matter how foreign it is to you, it will become something of worth and value that can multiply your business, that can multiply your family, your way of living, how you move, and the exchange and the value that you get in return isn't always in the form of money.
Okay, so check this out. Correction. The yen is the Japanese currency.
The yen is Japanese currency.
20 yen.
Yeah. So we stand correct, which I was just trying to use an example anyways. But check this out. $100 US dollars in the Japanese yen is 15,057.50 J-Pot in currency.
God, dog.
$1 US equals 151.15 in Japanese currency.
That's crazy.
You see,
That's crazy.
so you look at like when you're traveling and you're looking at the currency, you looking at all the things that you can do. Just think about all the things you're gonna miss out on because you're looking at something at, well, my culture don't do that, or I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying? You know, go invest in a conference somewhere that you normally wouldn't pay for. You know how many people I've talked to that won't pay to get into a room that can set you up for some crazy success.
And that's a small fee at that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a small
Bro,
token.
oh man, I had read this one. Oh man, it was hard, and a lot of people was encouraging her, but it was on the 5-day challenge, the ET thing. Oh, the lady wanted to invest in one of the offers that he did, but it wasn't even her husband; it was her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was like, "Oh, it's a scam," and so I'm like, "Hold up." Puppy brakes. Yeah. So it's like that's red flag. I like, yo,
I said what?
that ain't even your husband. And he's saying it's a scam for you wanting to better yourself.
Yeah, because okay, so
It's time to fly.
yeah. But no, it ain't.
It's time
It's
to go.
bump fly. It's time to get pregnant. All right, so this is what I mean by that. Like,
No, I'm talking about flying to get away from. I'm not going to be connected with somebody that,
Who
and
thinks-
we're not even married.
oh, I know.
You know, I'm not, and you won't allow me to better myself. So 9 times out of 10, that's
'Cause
going to
he
trickle
don't wanna
over if
better
there's any
himself.
talk of marriage, which she said it was.
Yeah.
Nah, you need to. I ain't saying, but you need to deal with that. Like I can't.
Okay, so look. Okay, so look.
But I think I know where you're going. Though, go ahead.
So look. So what happens if she did fly? Shoom, she shoot off, right? He's still walking around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going nowhere.
She looking down.
So she done flew off. She done got with the eagle. She in the nest. She doing her thing. But he's still walking around. So he might meet another female. And 9 times out of 10, if he don't make no alterations, he's gonna be the mind frame is gonna be the same. So
Yeah.
when something like that, you have to get pregnant. The exchange is never gonna be the same.
Exactly.
Because and the reason why it's not the same is because the needs are being met on the need on this end and the need on this end. They're different needs and they're being met at the same time, but they're different needs. So whatever you're giving me for what I'm about to give to you, I'm doing something different with what you gave me, and what I'm giving you, you're doing something different what I gave you. The exchange will never be the same. So Buddy got to
Exactly.
get pregnant, meaning it's foreign to him that she is talking like that. It's foreign to him that she want to invest like that. He got to let it sit in his system. Sometimes it take a while for people to get a mind frame of something that's new. A pregnancy is what, 9 months?
Yep.
9 months, she grows, she get bigger, she get greedy. Her legs start swelling, feet. You know what I'm saying? Her pelvis starts to open up, and she gives birth to something that was dropped in her 9 months ago.
Right.
So when people who don't understand certain stuff, when they hear something, that seed drop in them, it got to sit there for a little while.
Yeah.
You got to keep hearing it. You got to grow in your mind, the growing expectation. And then
Exactly.
when it finally hit, I get it now. Boop, now you done gave birth. Now you understand what I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. And hopefully it's not too late.
Exactly.
Because what happens with that, and I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of that is, let's just use that current situation, right? You cannot not look up anything with Eric Thomas and it doesn't flood the internet.
Exactly. It
So
goes viral.
if he's
Literally.
scamming, he's a real good scammer. So, but in chance and pertaining to like opportunity, because sometimes, on the flip side of what Alexander just said, sometimes those opportunities, even if they do come around, they may be more extensive than the first time around. So just like what they say, today's prices ain't yesterday's prices. So we have to be mindful. I would say, I guess we would have to be mindful to consider the totality of really what's going on. And what I mean by that is there are times where like I didn't invest in something because I wasn't certain because it was foreign to me. But then once the seed dropped and it got and I got impregnated with it, it was like then when I went to take advantage of the opportunity, I couldn't afford to. And so now I missed out on, you know what I'm saying? So now fear and uncertainty put me in a situation that I could have grabbed something that could have benefited me tremendously, but because I allowed the false evidence appearing real, which is one of the acronyms that they use for fear, I allowed that to blind my situation that I could have benefited from. And so you got to look at your situation and take both of those into consideration because that's just like I saw the meme, and I didn't catch it because I was just looking at it indirectly. But then when I looked at it directly, well, I bust out laughing, and it was talking about congratulations about the marriage or something like that. So it was a dude on his knee proposing to the girl, but the girl was a skeleton.
Yep. I seen that one.
So I was like, if you gonna wait that long, ain't no way. So
Exactly.
so it's like waiting too long for certain opportunities to manifest because of uncertainty and fear and stuff like that. So we got to be mindful of it. So basically, it's really. I always tell the people this. I said, success is in the details. You know, I kind of pride myself on being somewhat a detailed individual. And so it's putting yourself in a position to really analyze your situation for what it is and don't allow you to affect you in a place to where it's going to cause you from experiencing something tremendous. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been to China, but would I take the opportunity to go? I think I would. You know what I'm saying? With the right situation, right group, stuff like that. I would definitely love to take a group trip over there. That's some things. Sometimes you, or if I end up going alone, it is what it is. But I'm just talking in general. It's like one of the things 2024, man, is just like.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
I don't do New Year's resolutions. I stopped doing New Year's resolutions a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm just gonna put down what I want to do, and then if it don't happen, and during that time, I just put it on the shelf. Because a lot of times we put timelines on stuff that God ain't put. That God's timeline ain't got nothing to do with ours.
Exactly.
Because maybe we're not ready for something that we think we're ready for, or maybe we haven't just positioned ourselves for what we're trying to receive. So I just think, man, going into 2024, man, it's just like really take a fine tooth comb and just kind of like go through like what is it? What do you want? What are you afraid of? You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
but that's really kind of what it boils down to. If you really look
It's
at
almost,
it,
it's almost like you have to. Japan got their currency.
Yeah.
America, China, Venezuela, Brazil.
Yeah.
Dubai. Yep.
Yeah.
And when you go to those Cuba, what's your boy from what's the big homie?
Who?
Coming to America, he had his own currency. Hakeem, you feel me?
Yep.
So when you go to Cuba and you ask them what's their money, they're gonna Mexico got pesos, right? Pesos. So when you go to these places, when you go to another place that's not America, and you ask them what their money is called, what their currency is called, they're gonna give a certain type of name, and it looks a certain type of way.
Yep.
So it's identified a certain type of way. Therefore, I think the first step is it has to be personal. What is your currency?
Facts.
That's good.
Like what is, because every country got their own currency, but what is your currency?
Yeah.
Like what is the thing that
You're willing to exchange.
not willing to exchange per se, but what is the thing that's important to you?
Yeah, what is the value of that to you?
Like what's valuable to you?
Yeah.
Identify your currency first.
Yeah.
Identify what's important to you.
Yeah.
Like maybe not having children is important to you. So don't go and get no women with no kids. You know what I'm saying? Maybe riding a bus is not important to you. So you might ride a bus until you save your car. Save her to get you a car.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe wearing Nike products, Nike shoes, you value Nike as, look, when I put them on my feet, I look good and they're gonna last long. So you like to wear Nikes, you're spending extra, that's your currency. Like that's the thing that's important to you. Buying, you know what I'm saying? So what's important to you?
Right. Right.
Is it college? Is it being healthy? I know people who rather go to the gym than go to college. Don't get me wrong. They just rather have their lifestyle flexible to where I want to work out and do, and then I can educate myself on different stuff to get ahead instead of, you know what I'm saying? So like, what's your currency? That's step one.
That's key.
Yeah.
Like what's your currency? Like what's important to you?
That's good. And I'm glad you brought that up, man, because that actually goes back to when you go, like I said, when we talked about it earlier, like the exchange. When you exchange that currency, it's going to do one of two things. It's going to add more value, or it's going to take away value. So once you evaluate your situation and determine like what's valuable to you, like Alexander said, like what's important to you, then you have to look at that situation like, okay, well, if I make an exchange in this situation, is it going to add more value to me or take away value from me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to. And I say this quite often. Because when it struck me when he said it, like when E.T. said it ain't about equal. It ain't about equal service, but it's about equal sacrifice. You know that's real. That's real. When I look at that, that's like the value. What is the value of what you're doing? Because you know we both can come in on a deal, and it. What you do is really, it ain't really no value to you because you can do that with your eyes closed. But for me, I'm killing myself to make something work because that's really not my forte. But at the end of the day, my sacrifice is so much greater, and then you get yourself in a situation to where you're frustrated.
Because they don't value it the same.
Because the value ain't the same. The sacrifice ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh man, I can just go over here and do that. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you struggling to do the same thing that somebody just do. You know what I'm saying? They can invest, $100,000 and he got 5.10, million sitting in the bank, and you struggling, and you just saved up 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? So you lose that 10 grand, and he ain't hurting. It ain't. He's able to walk away. It's gonna hurt you more because you got more invested in it because you don't have as much as the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what happened with a lot of people, man, and especially with the culture today. We don't get tapped in enough to the people that have the same value system as we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's from even dating. Like it's like everybody has this thing, man. They want all this stuff, but then when you flip it, like, are you bringing to the table what you asking for?
Exactly.
And then 9 times out of 10, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Man, it's like we talk about intentionality, but it's like really, man, it's just like the more I move and the more I talk to people, the more it's like, man, it's like I'm more intentional with my space.
Yep.
I'm more intentional with my time. I'm more intentional with who I share certain information with.
More intentional with my finances.
More, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's go time. It's like, You know, they say you ever get that point where you sick and tired of being sick and tired. You sick and tired of being on the level that you on. You sick and tired of looking at your bank account being stagnant. You sick and tired of opportunities passing you by. So it's like, you know what, God, come hell or high water. At the end of the day, you know, I'm going to throw myself on the altar of grace. You know, what am I not doing that's keeping me stagnant? What you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, God, you know, if it hit the road right now. If it hit the road right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because when you think about from a biblical standpoint, right? When you think about the altar, it's a place of sacrifice.
Exactly.
It's something that you're giving up in exchange for something else. So just take it back to those. So when they had to make the sacrifice, what was it in exchange for? It was in exchange for forgiveness of sin. But in order for them to have the forgiveness of sin, they had to make a sacrifice. For you cannot have forgiveness of sin where there was no sacrifice. So that was the exchange. So if you did something that you needed to be forgiven for, you had to go kill an animal.
Yep.
And bring that sucker to the altar. But it had to be of a certain caliber. It couldn't have no blemish. You couldn't bring a blemished animal to the altar. It had to be an animal that had no blemish. And then, depending upon what you did, it required a certain animal.
Bro,
so there was, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, and I ain't even mean to go there, right? But it's just coming straight down.
keep dropping.
Just to kind of bring the point, but it's like you got to look at your altar and figure out what is the sacrifice you need based on the value that you're giving. You know what I'm saying? Because when you put that on the table, when you put that like, God, here I am. Here's the gift that you gave me. I'm finna put it at the altar. Here's the talent that you gave me. I'm finna put it at the altar. Here's the mindset that you gave me. I'm finna put it at the altar. Now I need you to exchange all of this for my destinated place. I need you to help me with my heart because I'm frustrated. I need you to help me because I'm ready to throw in the towel right now. So I'm finna sacrifice myself because I want what I want so bad. I'm just gonna throw everything on the altar. Here I am, God. What is it? You know, that's kind of like where I am. You know, a little bit because you're moving, and then you get like a little bit here, then you get a little bit there, you get a little bit here. But it's like at the end of the day, what keeps me is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like it's a little peephole. You know what I'm saying? When it's a little peephole, you know, after you come off the stage and man, you was just right where I was at. I needed to hear that today. That's what keep me going, dog.
For real. And just like our finances, we have to budget our purpose. We have to have calculated boundaries in order to be able to be.
I like that.
in order
hold up, man. You was not for the slide by that without calculated boundaries, man.
That's why people can't budget their money because they can't even budget they keep going, dog.
Bruh. Just like how you say with intentionality, I can't tell you how intentional we are when it comes to me and the fellas and us. Like anything outside of that, you know, God deal with me. I pray on it, but we focus. it's like with calculated boundaries, with being able to budget what you need to do within your purpose, because you're going to be running around here with insufficient funds because you overcompensating everybody else and shortchanging yourself.
Dang, that's good.
And now you're working from a place of burnout versus from a place of rest. So it's just like, what are you, just like how you say, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? Well, I'm willing to give up time to just going out, whatever. I'm willing to give up, you know, I work an extra shift. I put in a couple hours. Just if I got to do a little more to get a little more, then I got to do a little more. Point blank, period.
Right.
Because you're always going to have to do more.
Right.
Than the bare minimum. And it's a pover's mindset to think that you could do the bare minimum and get more about what you're seeking after.
Right.
It don't work like that.
It don't work that way. Right.
It just don't.
Right. Yeah, you want the maximum return on your investment, but you ain't put nothing worth in there to get no return on.
And people people think this what be blowing me. All right, this what be blowing me. I'm just be blown.
Hey, he peeked out the blinds again.
He's just laughing.
Go ahead, big dog.
People really think that the other individual on the opposite side of the table or the opposite side of the chair, people really think that they can't identify when you're giving them bare minimum. Bare minimum has a stench to it and it lingers.
It do, dog. It do. It's like I smell it. It's all on you.
And bare minimum, bro, when you give somebody bare minimum, they don't have to hear anything. Bare minimum comes from you sitting back and watching them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So people actually think that they can come to the table and give bare minimum. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. That's a clear sign that the balance is off.
Balance.
Yeah. And I've read this quite a few times. It's like, cause I know I was bad at it in the beginning. And it says stop looking for yourself in other people.
Another bar.
Yeah, I was bad at it, dog, and I had to make a readjustment because what I did, I had to recalibrate myself to the point to where I can't do that. But what am I looking at? Now I'm looking at where I'm looking at their value system. I can work with your value system. You know what I'm saying? You may work harder in one area than I do, but I may work harder than you across the board in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Because even the thing about me is, and that's what I always try to equate to the kids, man. The effort and the energy that you're gonna get from me is gonna be consistent. Right? Now it may be something that I cannot do or whatever, but guess what? It's gonna be consistent. I may have to show up a little bit earlier because I'm not as quick. You know what I'm saying? I may have to work a little bit longer because I'm not as efficient. So I have to compensate somewhere else. And so people be trying to shortcut everything else and expecting you to accept it. It's like, no, I can't accept.
No.
That I can't accept. But what I can accept, where's the median? You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I would do is, okay, can you take your position at heart? You know what I'm saying? You may not be straight A student right now, but can you put in the work to study enough and long enough and hard enough to where if that's what you want, you can get it?
Exactly.
Instead of what we like to do is settle for the non-valuable assets that people bring to the table disguised as liabilities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a straight liability, but they're looking at it like an asset. No. I got to separate myself from that.
Yeah.
Because what I value, like I said, I don't need you to be me. I had to learn that. I don't need you to be me, but do you have the qualities, the characteristics, and the values to where you take your job serious enough that we can work together and come to a common median to get this, you know what I'm saying, this thing fulfilled, whatever that may be. And that's something that I had to learn, man, because I did. I was like, man, if they wasn't me, it's like I wouldn't have, because like I'll go overboard for stuff. But now I had to retract, like, hey, these are the characteristics that I'm looking for, and as long as you got that, we can work on other stuff. So
there's some things I had to walk away from, literally.
Yeah.
Just because the exchange was far. No, we ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing
The
that.
checks ain't balanced.
Look, I see you. I see you, and I know I see you. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
That is how bad it is. They would do every sneaky, snaky, backstabbing, like whatever they can do to try to mask and dress up what they think it's not, and it is. You can't fake real. You just can't.
Right.
Like you can do it. I'll leave you right there by your fake self.
Either you a real asset or you a real liability.
That's the realest thing you ever said.
One of the two. Either way is real.
Exactly. Because this was what's going on over here. I cannot let you disrupt that. Because then over here, what I've worked so hard to know will become foreign. And nothing over here cannot become foreign. It just can't. I just can't do it.
And the crazy thing about that is, if you spend enough time over there, what was once foreign is now natural.
And then when you walk into other rooms, your discernment is sharp. You can pick up on things. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I remember I used to watch Pop when we used to travel growing up. It's like we can go here from here to Charlotte, North Carolina, and Pop will be riding around Charlotte, North Carolina, just like he lived there. And I'm trying to like, how do you do that? Like, we don't live here. We come here once a year, or once every other year. But every time, you know where you going, and it's like once I got older, it's like, okay, I see it because did it enough times.
Yep.
Now it becomes second nature to you.
Yeah.
And pause. This was before GPS. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Then when you stop by the 7-Eleven gas station and you go get one of them map books.
yep.
Yeah.
And you had to understand that.
Yeah.
You had to understand that. And
Yeah.
Pop always said, if you can read, you know where you're going.
And then you get there enough time, it becomes muscle memory. Then you don't need that map. Oh, I know I'm gonna take this to that route and that route to this route. And then bam,
Bro,
I'm done.
that's how it be when I be in Tennessee. Like, I learned Tennessee in one day.
Oh, wow.
Nashville area. If you're going north, you got to go back south. If you're going south, you got to come back north. It's just that simple. Everything's central location, 15 minutes from everything. So it's just like,
He said, if you can read, you know where you going, bro. They got Braille, bro. You feel me? Like, if something is foreign to you, it's not foreign to everybody. So if I don't understand that, let me get with somebody who can help me understand that. So I can know where I'm going, bro.
exactly.
Your dad said, if you can read, you know where you're going. Bro, if you don't know how, get with some people who do know how.
Exactly. Simple as that.
I one of the I'm starting to look more into is Wall Street Trapper.
Yeah, he dope, bro.
Yeah, his story just all of a sudden. I mean, I listened to him here and there over the years, but it's just like, for whatever reason, it's really intriguing to me right now. You know what I'm saying? And so even to the point to where I would even say this is, don't put yourself in a position so much to the point to where you can't even depend upon yourself to get yourself out of certain situations. And what I mean by that was, I look at his life and what came natural to him once he found out how natural it came, and then he turned it into this big conglomerate. But then when you look at his structure and how he moves, it's like, I'm gonna learn from you, but I'm not gonna be dependent on you. And I think what happens is we get into a state of dependency because, which is great what you just said. I'm saying glad you did it, but make sure you put yourself in a position to where your success is not contingent upon somebody else's success.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Because what happens is, okay, well, I don't have to know how to do it because you know how to do it. And that may be correct, but if there's a situation to where that situation was removed,
yeah. What would you do?
what would you do?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So not to the because I'm bigger, just like that. They say when John Ford, not John Ford, Henry Ford, when he created the Ford Motor Company, he was like, man, this man he didn't have the smarts and know with how to do all this stuff. But what he did was he surrounded himself with other people that knew how to do what he didn't know how to do. But at the end of the day, if any of those people that wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, he was able to replace it. It didn't cripple him. And so what we don't want to do is we don't want to put ourselves. You want to put yourself in a position, with relationships of people that you don't have, the skills and the know-how and stuff like that.
Right.
But you don't want to get comfortable and not know. Like I tell these kids, man, it's crazy. Like, and a lot of them will tell you, man, I just want to play ball. And I say, no.
There's more to life than ball.
Learn how to read a contract. Mama told God rest her soul. Mama always told me, I don't know if she shared this, but Mama always told me, she say, son, I don't care how successful you get. She said, if you get to the point where you got somebody else managing your money, she say, don't just be left out in the dark.
Yeah.
She said, you walk up in that office, don't even tell them you come and say, let me see my books.
She did.
She said, let me see my books. Don't give another person that much control over your life, man. So even in building partnerships and things of that nature, don't allow yourself to be put in a position to where if any of that stuff was removed, you stuck. Because you relied so much on them and then not to facilitate a place within yourself to where there's the thing that you did need to learn so that way you don't be stuck if something was to happen because you just straight relied on, and I've done that before. And I'm glad, like, even like some of the things that I had to go through that taught me additional skills that helps me out in my business today.
Exactly.
I'm glad that I wasn't codependent upon those because it actually developed skills in me that I would have never learned, bro, had not I been done wrong in those situations. It forced me to go into a place where I needed this thing done, so I ended up having to learn how to do it myself.
That's why guys
Sure
be.
did.
That's why guys be mad at women when they be around their grandmas and them. How you live with your grandma for 14 years?
You don't know how.
And you don't know how to cook nothing. You can't clean leg quarters. You can't.
She gonna bring you in that kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why how you what you mean you can't cook?
Greens, tomatoes.
It's you know how you can see something so clear but yet so blurry.
Yeah, because I'm right there right now.
Facts. I think we all
It's,
are.
because it's just like it's like, and I think I shared the story before. It's like how, and we got Thanksgiving coming up, and so mom is in the kitchen with the daughter, and they're cooking Thanksgiving dinner. And so she takes the ham and she puts the ham in this large pan, but then she cuts off that one end of the ham and then begins to throw it in the trash, right? And so then she takes it, put it, and then the daughter asks, like, "Hey, mom, why do you cut? I notice you do that every year. You cut that ham off." And her first response was, I don't know. I saw my mom do it. So that's what grandma did. Yeah. She's like, but do you know why she did it? No. So she only did what she saw, what she was taught. So they end up making a phone call to grandma. So grandma said, hey, she called, hey, grandma, I know, mom does the same thing with you with the ham, and she chops the end off, throws it in the garbage, and then she puts the thing in the oven. And so she was like, well, baby, the reason I did that was because back then we didn't have large enough pans. So the ham was too big for the pan. So I would always have to cut the end out and throw it in the trash. So all these years she been throwing away a good piece of the ham because she didn't learn why grandma did what she did. And so when you start bringing people in your circle, you ain't saying you got to know everything, but like what my mom said, she said, baby, if you ever have somebody managing your money, just walk in there and say, hey, let me see my book. Hey, learn a little something. So you just don't learn. Well, hey man, why did you do that? Oh, why did you make that? Then you start to learn a new set of skills and stuff, and then it sharpens your skill. It sharpens, and then which opens up new vision, which actually has the ability to open up new opportunities.
That's what it does.
It really do.
It teaches you how to have vision because I don't have to know. I don't know how to do what Diamond be doing.
Right.
I don't. If you give me something to mix, I'm gonna send it to a website to get it mixed or something because that's not my forte. But I've been around engineers for so long, I know how it's supposed to look.
Supposed to sound. Right. Or look. Yep.
I know if I look at you, I know what you're. I don't know how to do it, but I know if. Because I've seen people mix records, bro. I can look at you and tell you don't know what you're doing. I can
Just winging it.
You're just winging it. So when you're around people, you might not be able to know how to do what they do, but You don't have to,
Mm-hmm,
but you should be able to know what it looked like if it's being done correctly.
Right.
That's the big difference.
Exactly.
Yeah. You should be able to navigate the process
Yeah.
at some point.
Show
That's
you
the
right.
big difference. And
Yeah.
if you can't do that, then you stuck like Chuck.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you sure know how to tell them, nah, that ain't it.
And if you can't do that,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be hard for you
Yeah.
to identify your currency.
Yeah, bro.
Because you're not gonna know what's important. You're not gonna know
You're not gonna know what's valuable. Yep.
what's valuable and what's not.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so, bro. It's like even like I'm. It's rough. It's hard, but I'm at the same time I'm grateful for my journey because of the things that I've learned and picked up along the way. Because
And the skills you acquired.
I've ran across people, and there are some opportunities that I declined, and I just be transparent. I declined because of the investment. I'm like, why am I going to pay X amount of dollars for something I can do for free? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you.
So I've ran across people, they want to write books and they thinking it's not that expensive. I can show you a website right now. If you got it, I can publish your book tomorrow.
Straight like that.
But things that I had to learn because of some things that I went through. You know what I'm saying? But once again, people allow fear and doubt and disbelief to creep in, and it robs them of an opportunity. Dog, I've told people, like, listen, all you got to do, the same things that people told me is the same things that I share with other people. And then plus my experiences. It's like, man, you doing X, Y, Z, you need to write a book. It ain't got to be long. Just write something. It's gonna open up so many opportunities and avenues for you that if you didn't have anything, do this, do that, do X, Y, Z. But to them it's foreign because they never been exposed to it.
Yeah, and for those who are writing the book, let me tell you, it sounds so it sounds like you on top of the a mountain to a Busch Gardens. Woo! And then when you were in mid book, you were like, man, this so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Because you gotta sit down and you gotta have a designated space to where you blocking everything out. You gotta flip your phone. Like, I gotta write there. I need to write at least 4 paragraphs today. Like, it's like, you gotta make yourself do it. So, but once you get going, it get going, but because I'm writing one right now, so sometimes you gotta relook up information and stuff like that. It's not, it get a little tedious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just based on the task. And even right now with one of the books I'm gonna drop next year, I'm gonna cut it. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, because I wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Thinking, I'm like, man, I ain't got to do all that. I could take that and turn it into a program or something. It's
even a webinar.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, so it's because I'm a lot more experienced now. It's like, and the climate has changed. People's attention span, like, honestly, it's a certain caliber of people that's going to read 200 and 300 page books.
Exactly.
So even if a person wrote a 50-page book, it's like, or a 30-page book, it's like, it's well accepted because now the climate has changed. So it's like you ain't really people like paying attention to content like that. That's why a couple years back, you can watch a 5, 7, 9-minute video on Facebook. You ain't finna do that now. You might go to YouTube and watch it. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna.
They got so many shorts and they ain't even funny.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna do that now. And so I've learned over the years, man, and you can get writer's block, and that's fine. It happens. It took me a little minute because I would get frustrated. I say, man, I just had to learn they said, well, sometimes it just ain't flowing. Then you just go do something else, and then it starts flowing at the most inopportune time, and then you just have to stop what you're doing and just capture it on your phone, write it down, take a picture.
That's how it happened with me. Like when I get in the space of writing music.
You stupid.
Write it down.
Hey, Chris Tucker said, MC Hammer Daddy, put the gun down. Stupid.
MC Hammer that man.
MC
That's
Hammer
for
that.
real.
Oh
Put the gun down. He's stupid, man.
Oh god. So it's
Man, that happened to me in traffic.
mm,
I'm in mid traffic. Stuff start coming for the book. I'm like, Lord,
just pull
I
over.
gotta talk it in my phone. They keep it. Remember, you know. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It always
yeah,
happens
man.
because like stuff come to me at work. I was like, God, dog.
at work, it always be lyrics, bro.
Always. And it's like, I can't record this right now
You can't.
because I feel the passion and everything that's going to come with it. Ooh, this is going to be nasty. And I can't do it. I'm at work.
Then, you get home and you forgot the cadence. You be like, "Ha, I said it. I said it."
Exactly.
Like, ha, I said it.
Too many times.
Yeah.
Feel like cat. I don't know what's going on. I was there. I was at work, and now I'm here, and it just ain't flowing. Twiddle dee, twiddle dum.
I was watching the short Cat Wales. He was talking about he got shot. That joke was so funny, bro.
But
Pim 32. Man down.
he ain't really all that funny. I watched like his latest stuff ain't really been hitting on nothing for me. So I don't even.
He's more of a movie funny for me.
Man.
Like a character.
That Pimp Chronicles.
And he have his moments, but
Yeah. But yeah.
That Pimp Chronicles funny though. Such a funny, bro.
I just think, man, going into the new year, man, I think we gotta refocus and recalibrate some stuff.
Yeah.
oh, for sure.
Yeah. Just refocus and be a lot more intentional about your moves, man. And what was that statement you made?
Calculated boundaries.
Calculated boundaries. And create calculated boundaries. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes from a real place.
I bet, right?
A real place, man. You got people call your phone all the time, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, look, y'all know my schedule.
I tell you what, I'm finna send you this invoice. Once you pay this invoice, yeah, we can talk.
That part,
I bet you got a lot of phone calls.
bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like, I got stalkers out there. Like,
man. Yeah. Oh, man.
it'd be that crazy.
I got a cutoff limit, but with certain people, it's 8 o'clock. Do not call me after. But certain people,
Right.
if y'all not one of those people, y'all know that.
No.
But
Same here, dog.
with certain people,
Mm-hmm.
it's 8 o'clock because I can't allow you to drain me. And then when you drain me, you go off and you having time of your life. I'm sitting here with this massive headache. I'm sitting here,
Talk to 'em, bro.
my emotions. That's why you have to have. And I think people, you have to put up boundaries. Stop playing.
Facts.
They've been the same way for the past 5-10 years. They're not gonna change. So you have to make an adjustment. That's just the way it goes, because people will use you because they know who you. It's funny how somebody can look at you and know who you are and operate you better than you can operate yourself.
That's deep.
They know you to the core better than you know yourself to the core. And they reach in. You ever reach in the refrigerator, hide something in the back? I'm gonna go grab that soda. She tried to hide it. It's mine now.
I mean, rat in broad daylight.
You trying to hide that Pepsi in the back? Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I come around the corner. I come around the corner and she gonna slide the milk and the juice.
She done parted.
And she gonna put the Pepsi in the back. I'm like, yeah, so, As soon as you go to sleep, I come around the corner, boop, boop. Thank you.
You done pulled the Moses.
And slide it right back. You know what I'm saying? People will look at you, they'll talk to you, they'll deal with you, they'll get you open, bro. And they'll take your good stuff that you got and they'll use it. And then close you right back up, bro, and don't fill you back in.
Bro, I'm telling you, because
You gotta put up boundaries, man.
if you allow people to do that, you will not see the promised land. Whatever that look like for you,
Yeah, for sure.
And what you trying to acquire and get, you will not see it.
It's dangerous, man. And
It's right here.
And guess what? I'm a real one. That's what I do. After I steal the soda, I replace it, bro. But one day it caught up with me.
Oh, I forgot. My bad.
One day it caught up with me. Cause I saw she came around the corner. So okay. She put it in there. Okay. Hour later, I came and got it. What I did was I put one in there. She came back and got it. You took my soda. It's hot.
Got him.
You feel me? It didn't work that time.
She was up on game. She was watching you, player.
It didn't work that time.
She said, I'm going to give my hour.
Yeah. He think he's slick.
He think he's slick. He think I don't know. I let you slide.
Yeah, I'll let you slide, man.
But man, it's been the live one, man. Any closing remarks before we get ready to wrap this up?
Dub.
Man, calculate your boundary.
Yeah,
for real. Whatever that look like, don't allow people to drain you. They will. Listen, I do the look away. I look at it, and I look away. Not today. You ain't finna be talking my ear off today. No. I call you back. Or like when I'm in between transition, like from the job.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just one of them days, I'm finna take me a cat nap before I go in there. I set my alarm. I said, man, I had 3 calls back to back. Why y'all calling me, man? Y'all know this is my hour. This is my hour. Mine. Oh, I know, big dog. You this is my hour.
Yeah, but it's real though. I mean,
It's my hour.
It is.
you can't let them drain you because in this next season in your life, it's gonna be people who God has divine appointments for you for these types of people. And you're gonna need a certain type of energy for each one of those people. And if you let them take the other person's, you can't do it. You need all the energy that you need for this next season in your life, and you can't let them. They had their chance to get in good with you.
Get out my life.
That's good.
Get out my life.
They had their chance to operate a certain type of way with you. But no, it gets deeper than that. They had their chance to maneuver things in their life so they can have a real. People do that to people when they see that they can't have a real relationship with them because they got stuff that's going on. They're in the hamster wheel, so you know what? I can't really be like that with them, so let me still maneuver and get what I can get. No, you got to cut it off, bro.
Facts. Yeah, bro, that's good.
That's good. Yeah. Hey, and that's it. We're gonna end out with that, man.
Blueprint.
Hey, once again, man. Yeah, hey, we get this fourth quarter living right now, man. So you know, make like the young lady said when I had the meeting with, like, hey, you don't want to be 3 months behind. So January, you already be ready to go and have some momentum already swinging in that direction. So you don't want to start in January. You want to already be done started. So that's what it is, man. Y'all take it. Hope we said something to kind of shift your perspective and get you going in the right direction. So y'all know how we end this thing. Shoot for the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. God bless. Peace.
For sure.